Today is June 25th, and they had the big wire, but not the small wire. So I'm just going to make some more tree ones and talk about a few things today. Okay, so far I have 3 for trees, and this one here, I'm going to use it for the mulberry. Put it on the south side of it, right by the trunk, as close as possible, because I'll show you here in a second, but it's very thick and multi-branched right at the bottom. See how thick? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 branches at least right there at the base. So I'm just going to stick it in here. And there, I got it in. Okay, I just placed one down around the Snow Queen nectarine. It didn't have one, so now it does. And then I just put one down around this little loquat. This one, the deer, I believe it's the deer that are just eating the heck out of it, but I got one on there now, so, I mean, the deer are still going to eat it, but maybe it can give it more energy to grow. And one more new one for section 1 to fill in another gap. And this is the last piece I have, and I'm going to be putting on this bamboo piece here that holds the goji berries. Again, in section 1, and it will fill in another gap. And there it is. It just barely made it to the top. Now I'm going around checking the 2 bamboo ones. This one still looks good. And it looks like this one is the joy apple tree, has fallen down. So I'm just going to put it up on the branches. Okay, I checked it with the compass and it's facing south. Now the opening is south. I am checking the trees that have them setting on the tree. And they're all still good so far. Checking the ones that I just have laying on the ground, and they're all still good. Checking on the ones I did last week, and they're all still looking real good. Now, I'm going to call this one a success and move the copper off of it and put it on something else. Okay, this one here is also in section 1. And as you can see, something ate everything off the top. So I'm afraid it's going to die. I'm going to make a circle around it also. So I wrapped it clockwise, south, that way. And see if that helps any. Okay, so it really wasn't fair for me to put a copper around this one and to put a measuring stick on it every week to see how it's growing, because it is a slow grower. I'll put up the information I found on this right here. So I'm going to wait 6 months or so, and then let's take another look at it. Okay, they say that you don't have to use fertilizer, and then I heard you use 75% less fertilizer when you do the copper antennas. So, if you are planting in a garden that you've been planting in forever and taking care of the soil, you can just add the copper and it should do fine from what I understand. But this area here, it was just cleared last fall, and I just stuck the plants in, no fertilizer, no nothing, and then I put the copper in. The wires were backwards, and I changed them last week. They say so many different things about the copper. You see a lot of people's success, and what you're seeing is that they're either putting it in a brand new bed they just built and put good dirt in, or they've been gardening for a long time, already fertilized, or continue to fertilize as it grows, and the plants are getting bigger with the copper. than the ones without the copper. So you just can't stop the old method also. That's what I'm coming to. Looks like this one's gonna bloom again. But it's still so small and weak. Still waiting. See what happens. These are the ones with the little antennas in the pots. 2 full weeks. Same plant. No copper. I'm going to take one of each and get out of the sun and let's check the roots on them. Okay, I picked out 2 here. The one with the copper is a little bit bigger pot than the one without. But let's see what we got. That's a root. That looks pretty good. Now, the one with the copper. There's roots. I would say they're about the same. This pot was bigger. So yeah, I'm going to say that's the same. So I just put them back in their pots, and I'm going to put them back over on the table for another week. Okay, I'm going to take a second and talk about the clockwise, counterclockwise. When I first found out about this, it had said wrap it from the bottom to the top clockwise. So that's what I was trying to do. Then I heard clockwise for northern hemisphere, counterclockwise for southern hemisphere. And then they're saying do whatever you want. It all works. And then I heard you put one clockwise, you put one counterclockwise, not far from each other. So you have incoming and outgoing. So you know what? I don't know. I'm getting too far confused. I joined a group, a Facebook group, that I hope would help me. But they're just as confusing as everybody else is. So I got online and I started looking for books. And I ordered a book. And I was surprised there are a lot of books out on this.